everyone, welcome to Optimistic Planning. My name is Kadeen and I'm super excited to have you guys here. This is my spending money for the third week of April. This channel is all about taking small, actionable steps towards financial freedom, and that's one, getting out of debt, two, saving more, and three, simply spending within my means. This video is going to be an unstuffing of and looking at where I landed last week and then stuffing my binder. I do have some exciting news. I will be paying off my Chase credit card, which I did add a couple more transactions to that. And so right now my balance is $1,307. And so I looked at where I was and I think I will be able to pay that off. And so we will look at that when we get there. But right now I do want to open up my binder and see where I landed last week. And so groceries, we talked about increasing that to $200, and that was a success. For the last couple of weeks, I was only doing $1,800 and $180. And this past week, I did $200 and I have $15 left over. And so that is actually great progress. And so $200 seems to be where I'm actually going to land. And so, yeah, I'm going to put this aside because I plan to put this in my miscellaneous. And so this is $15 left. And so I'm just going to put this right here until we get to miscellaneous. So right now, groceries is zeroed out. I didn't spend anything in any of these categories except for house, as our maid service did come in. And so that cost $150. And so I will be pulling $150, and this will be going back into my money to go to the bank. I did actually, and let me put this in here. I did actually make some new labels, I guess, for my envelopes. And so I thought this was super cute. I just love the flower and I just love the black and white. And so this is my bank return. And so we'll look at these a little bit more later and count this. But I'll put that to the side. So, no, wrong. So right now in-house it's $20, $40, $50, which is right on the money where we should be. And since we're back here, let me add to my miscellaneous the $15. So miscellaneous is 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, $120. All right. So let me put this to the side and count out the amount of money that we actually are going to stuff today. I just want to double check it. Oh, actually, while we're here, I did this one too. Money for stuffing. Very cute. And it should be $710. So let's just count it out real quick. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, $710. So here's the 20s, 10s, and the remainder are 5. All right, let me bring my wallet back in here. Well, my binder back in here. And let's go through and stuff everything. And so let me just organize this a little. Let me get everything in the camera. All right, so groceries, like I said, $200 worked, and so we'll be continuing that train. And so this week, groceries will have $200. So that's 200. For date night, I will be adding $10 this week. So let me just add this 10. So that's 50, 70, 80, $85 this week. I'm planning to go out on a date with my husband in the next week and a half. And so I'm hoping to get this to $100 so that, we can get whatever we want. For shopping, I actually will not be adding anything to shopping. I do want to get this up to like maybe $500 so that we can get some summer clothes. Well, I can get some summer clothes. But this week, not adding anything. For car, I'm also actually not going to add anything. We haven't used anything from here. I think we are at $75. I'll probably try to get it to like 100 or something, maybe 200, 250 for any like small car related things. We haven't spent anything from here though, but I'm happy to have that budgeted for. For personal, I'll be adding $10. So I'll do 2 5s. And so that's 50, 55, 60, 65, 66, 67, $67 this week. Now for gifts, I will be adding in $10 as well. April, I have another 2 birthdays I have to contend with. So 105, 10, 15, 20, 25, $125. 25. All right, go down. In-house, I will be adding $60. So I'll just use the 20s. Yeah. So 20, 40, $60 to be added into my house budget. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 110. 10 in-house. And my final envelope is miscellaneous, which I've already added that 15 from what was remaining in last week. And so that is my personal binder. The money that is remaining is 100, 200, 300, 400, 5, 10, 15, 20. So 420 is actually going to debt. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm super excited because I will be able to pay off all of my debt this week, which I added a little bit to it. And so it's $1,307. And so I'm going to add this 420 to this money, and we can count up everything that's in here and see what is remaining that we need to pull from the money that I need to bring back to the bank anyways. And so 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. So that's $800. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So that's $900. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. I hate when I forget. Oh, that's 1,000. 5, 10, 15, 20. So $1,020 is what I was able to save within the last 2 weeks. Well, 3 weeks, including this week. So $1,000 is what I was able to put aside for debt repayment. Now, like I said, I have $1,307 that needs to be accounted for my to be able to pay off my debt. So I need about $287. And so I'm going to pull that from here, add it to this, and whatever else is remaining will go to my other credit card. And so let me organize this a bit. So we need $287. 250, 60, 70, 80, 5, 87. So let me just double check it. 1, 250, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 86, 87. So now all of this, I'm not going to count it again because there's a lot of counting here, but this should now be $1,307. And to think that I, just been chipping slowly at this debt, and now I'm able to put a whole lump sum and fully pay it off is honestly really amazing. And I am loving this cash envelope method. It makes me more mindful, more purposeful, and it allows me to know what my goal is, which is to be one, debt free, to save more, and also to spend within my means so that we can have, we can grow our family and not have to worry or be burdened by money. And so this money is, I'm going to take it to the bank ASAP and pay it off. And so that is my debt repayment, and this will pay off my Chase. The next goal is to pay off my Capital One, which is about 55, yeah, call it 55, 5,600. And so this money, 105, 6, 7, 8, $106, $8 is going to go to putting some money on that card. And yeah, we are making slow but very, 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 very great progress towards being credit card debt free by, I'm projecting to be done by July. And so very excited about that. Very happy and very grateful that, one, I am able to pay that off while still living and enjoying my life. And two, that I'm able to work. A lot of people aren't, and I am honestly really, really grateful for where I am in my life and where I project my life to be by 2026, So again, want to say thank you guys for joining, for watching. I will be back next week, and I will show you guys that big fat zero on my Chase credit card, and I'll have a little party with myself. So yeah, again, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.